When it comes to long-term care planning, individuals who are 75 or older have limited options. That's why we created this special video. My name is Jesse Sloan. I'm director of the American Association for Long-Term Care Insurance and the National Advisory Center for Short-Term Care Information. Our organizations do not sell insurance, but obviously our role is to help educate both consumers and insurance professionals, and this is a very important topic for you. So, if you have more questions after watching this video, please feel free to reach out to the insurance pro that sent you the link, or if you're not working with an insurance professional, please call our organizations. We'll only be too happy to hook you up with one. When it comes to traditional long-term care insurance, your age when you apply matters most importantly, and it's really because of your health. So as you can see from this slide, every 2 years our association surveys the insurers. Almost 1 out of 2 individuals who takes the time to submit an application for long-term care insurance after age 70 is declined because of existing health conditions. Maybe you've already encountered that. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's absolute bad news for you, because the reality is there are options available even if you have already been declined for traditional LTC protection. So the option that I'm going to focus on is called short-term care insurance protection. Sometimes it's referred to as recovery care insurance. I tend to call it long-term care light because in many cases, these policies look, feel, and act like a traditional long-term care policy that you've read about, with the following differences. One, these policies tend to only pay up to 1 year of benefits, typically a 360-day maximum. Some of the attractive features are that these policies typically have simplified health underwriting. That's especially important if you have existing health conditions or even if you've been already declined for traditional long-term care insurance. One of the extremely attractive benefits for single women in particular is that these policies tend to use the same pricing, unisex pricing, for men and women. That means a single woman who typically would pay 20 to 40% more for traditional long-term care insurance is going to pay the same as a man for a short-term care policy. These policies can be issued up to age 89. It will vary by company. And one of the key benefits is these policies offer a 0-day deductible. That's especially important, especially at older ages, because with traditional long-term care insurance, they typically have a 90-day deductible and a 90-day certification period, which means you're going to need care for an extended period of time before you can trigger benefits. A 0-day deductible means that if you've chosen that and you qualify for the benefits covered under the policy, you're going to start getting benefits very early on, and that's especially important, especially at older ages. So these policies today are offered by 8, 9, 10 leading companies. I've thrown some up there just so that you can see that they're names that you recognize. Now, each of the companies does not offer policies in all states, and some of them are in some states, some of them are in others. So it's really important that first you find out what is available in your state and you work with a knowledgeable specialist. They're the only ones who can really discuss these policies with you and share rates with you. In terms of where policies are available, this map kind of gives you a quick overview. As you can see, in some states, there are really no policies available. In other states, maybe all of the companies offer policies or just 1 or 2. If you want the most recent update of state listings where these policies can be found, go to our website, shorttermcareinsurance.org, and then look for the state directory. Here are a couple more facts that I think will be helpful as you educate yourself about short-term care insurance benefits. As I said, I called them long-term care light because each policy varies, but some can indeed cover nursing home, even assisted living, home health care, or adult daycare. Not all of them do that. Some are very specific, but some are broad. The benefit amounts will vary. Some companies have a weekly benefit, some have a daily benefit. Obviously, the greater the benefit amount you choose, the greater the cost for the insurance company. They also have a wide range of benefit days that the policies will offer, from as few as 90 to 100 days to as many as 360 days. Again, the more insurance that you buy, the more your policy will cost you. But you have a great deal of flexibility to design coverage that fits your particular needs along with your particular budget. Many of the policies are indemnity policies, and that's a real key plus today. What that basically means is once you qualify for benefits, the insurance policy will pay out a fixed amount. So let's just use an arbitrary number. Let's just say you've picked $150 a day. Well, even if you've only used $75 of care on Tuesday, the policy is an indemnity benefit, so it's going to pay you the maximum amount that policy will cover, and you get to keep the extra money to use for another day when you might not have benefits. That's a real key plus. You're watching this because you're older or you have a family member that's older, and typically you're watching this because health is an issue and is a concern. Again, each of the policies and each of the insurers set their own standards, but some of the policies have as few as 4 yes-no questions. Some, the most, have 12 yes-no questions. And typically this is the first screen. If you can answer no to those yes-no questions, you are well on your way to being approved. Some of the policies will not even conduct cognitive interviews, and that's, again, especially important to certain people with certain conditions. Some will also not request medical or prescription drug records. And some, not all, and this is very important, will accept even individuals who've been declined for traditional long-term care insurance. So when folks call our organizations, one of the inevitable questions that they really want to know is what does insurance cost? So the next 2 slides will give you a range. I've just pulled 2 arbitrary scenarios. These are real rates from real insurers, but again, I want to make very clear that the only way you can really know what your coverage is going to cost is to talk to a licensed agent who's licensed in your state and appointed with the various insurance companies. But this is a policy, that what I call the LTC Light policy, where benefits could be accessed in a nursing home, in assisted living, home care, even adult daycare. And as you can see, this would be a $100 daily benefit for 360 days, so a maximum benefit of $36,000. If you chose that 0-day deductible, and this is particularly, I believe, attractive for single women who might not have anybody in their family able to give them care, at age 65, you're going to pay $815 a year for this policy. At age 75, let's say now you've got a little bit of money and you might be willing to pay some of the cost yourself early on, well, you would pay $1,500 a year if you chose a 30-day deductible, about $100 a month for a $100 a day daily benefit. I also pulled actual rates for a policy that only pays for home care, pays some extra perks like hospitalization and things like that. But this is a policy that I would think would be of most interest where someone knows or wants to receive care in their own home. So at age 75, someone purchasing a 26-week home care benefit period, so half a year, at $150 a week, which basically is going to cover a couple of hours of care, during the week. They're going to pay $300 a year. If they wanted a $750 per week home care benefit, they're going to pay just over $1,000 a year. That's at age 75. If they were 83, and we do get calls from people who are in their 80s looking for a home care benefit and who may already have certain conditions and they would still qualify for this, as you can see, at $750 per week, they're going to pay about $1,200, so about $100 a month. These types of policies can be really well worth looking into if you or a family member is getting older and getting closer to needing home care services in their own home. So first of all, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. I hope it's been a good basic primer that's gotten you valuable information to get you started. Your next step is to learn more, and in order to do that, you need to talk to the insurance agent who shared this video with you, or again, if you do not have a short-term care insurance agent who you are working with, please feel free to call the Advisory Center, and we'll be only too happy to connect you with one. Our phone number is area code 818-597-3205. Again, 818-597-3205. Thanks for watching.